Yep. So just to get started, I'm Aaron Halverson. This is Rafe Ambart.
Where should I be looking? Oh, right there.
Yeah, right there. And Rafe is going to demonstrate how to hack the invitation code in Hack the Box. So this is the ability for you to get into Hack the Box. It's a hackthebox.eu is a pen testing labs website, and they give you access to a network in Europe where actually there is a network also in LA, I think I probably recall right, where you can actually hack other computers that are sitting on this network. So we're going to demonstrate how to hack the invitation code, because the only way that you can create a login to the website to start doing this is by hacking your way in. So this is kind of the start of trying to solve problems and come up with solutions, and then also test your penetration testing hacking skills. So Rafe, you don't have an account yet, do you?
I don't.
Have you done this before? Okay. Have we ever met before? I'm kidding. Okay. So anyways, we are recording this, so you'll be able to pull this up and take a look at it later on, but he's going to do this live. He has some notes he took in preparation, doing research on how to do this. So we'll just kind of go through it, and if we make a mistake, we make a mistake, and we'll just keep hacking through it, right?
You can say something that you want to add to, because I don't really have a lot of...
Yeah, no problem. I'm here to help you out.
Okay.
I'm going to help you out actually, I'll help you out here. Do you want me to stand by you, or you want me to sit up there?
It's wherever you feel comfortable.
Where do you feel comfortable?
Not
With me?
Close.
Not too close? I put my cologne on this morning.
No, that's not the problem.
Oh, okay.
My bubble.
All right, no problem. So, yeah, let's get started. So you guys are watching the screen, and here's Hack the Box. You go to try to log in, what happens?
Well,
go ahead and try to log in. And scroll down. It's kind of...
not much is there.
Yeah, scroll down. All right, so there's my login name and password, which it remembers. But hit the back button. I think if you click individuals, and if you scroll down, you want to click on join. So keep going, keep going. There we go, join. And look at the URL, it changes to /invite. So you're gonna need to put a code in there, right? So first thing you're gonna do.
Well, I know what you're supposed to do.
What is the first thing you do? Just like, how do you, like, what is the invitation code? What are some things we can do, right?
From here,
yeah.
I mean, I played around with the dev tools last year after CypherCon, so I had a pretty good clue on where to go. Apple products. How do you get into dev tools on Apple?
Right click.
Yeah, there should, but you should be able to inspect that element. Exactly. Yeah, that's where I need to go. Okay. And then from here, you would look for the script, but Aaron, you might be able to add to why you'd be targeting that.
So the script is a code or commands that when you put in the invite code, it's going to check that invite code and process it, right? So that script is probably somewhere in there. There's going to be a hint on where is it getting this code from, or how is it getting this code, and verifying that it is the correct code. So in there, we're just going to inspect and take a look at that JavaScript code and see if there's anything in there that looks interesting. Okay. You're looking at the invite API.js.
Yeah. I didn't do this on an app.
Okay, so we're going to copy that URL in there. We can take a look at that script. Okay, what do we got here?
Well, It's like some.
Your mouse is right on something. Make an invite code.
Which from there, we take that and go into console. This is how would you describe it?
Console is like a developer tools where you can actually run the same code or script as you would if you clicked on a link and it ran code. But it's used by developers so they can try out code and test it within the browser live.
Uh-oh.
I think you have to go back to invite.
Yeah, you do. Go back to where?
Yep, go to there. Yep. So this is interesting. I just want to point this out when he's looking at code. So the normal web page that you look at says hi with a smiley face, right? But when you look at the source code on the right, does that look like anything? That should be, yeah. So right there is obvious, tells you, okay, there's some hidden stuff in here. We need to start inspecting things. So you're going to open up the developer tools. Did you do that? The console tab in the Chrome developer tools.
Yeah, I'm in developer tools. I need to go to the terminal now. That's how I did it.
So you go to the
I gotta go to the terminal. Or take that.
okay. So you can do that here. Put up a terminal prompt. Just terminal backspace. Enter. Terminal spell. That's why. Okay, let's make this a little bigger so we can see. Okay, we're going to type xpost. I don't think about the dash. Probably. Let's see if xpost is finished. Probably not. So what's he going to do on the Mac? Is just curl, curl space dash h. No, curl is all lowercase. Curl space dash h, capital H, space, and then paste in context dash h. Yep. So curl or xpost, depending on what editor or command prompt that you want to use. Oh yeah, there we go. Capital. There we go. That's probably it. There it is. Okay, so there's some code that, so in other words, we got a successful result. So we're going to copy that code, and we wonder what that is. And there's a lot of different things on the, when we get into encryption, there's transposition, where like Annie, Orphan Annie. So going back to this, before we go any further, the curl command is the same as using a web browser. So you can type curl and then the URL, and it will actually render the generic code of the web page right on your screen. So click in there again. Yep, and type curl space www.swtc.edu. So what it's saying is object move. So what we did is we just looked at the actual website. So hit the up arrow again and down. You put HTTPS in front of curl, or the www right there. Oh, back. No, you need a space on colon // and give it a space. Enter. So right there, what we're looking at is the actual code, the base code of Southwest Tech's website, right? It's just a command line web browser, essentially, right? So that's what he did with the code. Scroll up and here you copied your code.
Yep.
Okay, so back to the code that he got. What this is the different ways to encode different messages. There's the rotation cipher, like Orphan Annie, right? Remember Orphan Annie, or not Orphan Annie, the Christmas story, and he's listening to Orphan Annie, and he's listening about the decipher ring, and they said move the ring to a certain position. So now the letter A is actually the letter F, right? And then the B is G and so forth. So this code that we're looking at looks like a base 64 code. So we're going to paste in the base 64 code and then decode it. And we see that it says that right there. That looks like code that we can use as an invitation code because it has some dashes in it. So it looks interesting. So let's go ahead and paste that in and see what happens. Congratulations. All right, he's able to actually get in. So if you close the developer window, and now you can scroll down and start filling out your username.
Oh boy. Yeah. Should have sent it myself.
Ooh, okay. So what we'll do now is we will stop sharing the screen. We'll let him put in that information. And then once he gets in, we'll give you a quick walkthrough of the website itself. So, no, you can just type it in. Or do you want it? Just type it in. You can do it. You can do it. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen so he can type that in. Just take your time, type it in. I'll talk. All right, so once you're in Hack the Box and you have a username and password, you're able to access, all the menus and different areas. There's a list of machines that you can access. But in order to access them, you have to be on the same network as they are. So in order to get on the same network as they are, you are going to have to remotely connect to the Hack the Box network. And you do that by using a VPN tunnel. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'll demonstrate how you connect to it, and then make sure that you can actually access those devices, those computers, and do a quick little reconnaissance on a couple of machines just to gather some basic information.
Do you want to take a seat?
No, go ahead and get logged in.
There's no way I'm going to find that font. It took me 30 minutes to get all those fonts.
Is that your username?
Oh yeah, that's my username. It's right.
Okay. Oh, you're going to email it to yourself
Yeah.
and then pull it up in there? That's fine. Just keep going. Go ahead and log into Gmail there. Made add account on the right. That's fine. Just on the right hand side.
I got to go up in the LastPass, Aaron.
And then go to.
I don't know my password.
Okay, well, sign me out of LastPass. That's fine.
Quite the process.
That's okay. So yeah, once he gets logged in. Actually, you know what? Here, wait. Let's do this, Rafe. There, we're not doing that. Copy this into an email, or do you think that's not useful anymore?
I doubt it'll be useful after this unless I.
Okay, then go ahead and continue signing in. All right, we're fine. Yeah, so those of you who are watching the video or watching the screen and you see that invite code up at the top right corner, that invite code won't work after this session. So Rafe is using it right now and it's not going to work. You logged into yours?
It should be.
All right, cool. Yep.
Yeah, you can probably.
Quickly, yeah. All right, we'll let him. Manually.
Actually,
Copy your password from LastPass.
I should probably do.
I wouldn't do the school email.
No?
No, do your personal email. Yeah, that's another thing. I would use your personal email for Hack the Box because you can continue to use this and have access to this after you leave school. You're going to copy the password from, you got it?
Yeah, I'll just generate it later.
Okay. There we go. So he's in. Oh, username doesn't like some of those characters.
None of them, probably.
You can only contain letters and numbers, dude. You can't have funky text.
Oh, I should have known that.
Get rid of that funky B.
That's that. Mathematical.
No.
We got to try it.
No. Oh, my gosh. All right. It doesn't like any of those. It's only going to let plain old numbers and letters.
I thought this was a hacker competition.
This is not Twitter. Just type it out, dude. Just type it out.
There you go.
I better like my ex.
Type it out. I like that.
It doesn't like my ex.
It doesn't like $, only numbers and letters.
That's a function sign.
No, only
program.
numbers and letters. Only numbers and letters.
All right, really reducing my name here.
I put your password in. Yeah, I'm not a robot again.
Might be a robot.
Yay!
It
Save it
worked.
quick. Yeah, save it to your LastPass. It's not me anymore. Don't worry.
I thought you were gonna get my secret password.
Okay, so should I do this next walkthrough?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and log out of your LastPass, and I'll do this next walkthrough. Okay, and then I'll share my screen. So you got to check your email and verify your email when you're done there. Okay, let's share my screen. Let's go to share. Okay, so here we are. This invite code, by the way, is dead, so it doesn't work anymore. I'm going to log into my LastPass. Okay, make sure I log in. There we go. Cool. All right, did you get the email, Ray? It's your Gmail account. All right, so here we're going to go to login, and it still thinks I'm Ray, so I'm going to log out. Log in. So okay, so here I am, logging into the Hack the Box website. Take a look at what's going on in here. So on the left-hand side, we have your dashboard. This shows you currently there's 133 machines that you can hack into. There's 1,500 online members, and 1,200 people are remotely connected to the VPN. So I'm going to show you how to get connected to the VPN. So if we go here and we take a look at access, it shows here that to get started, you're going to want a Kali Linux machine, and preferably you want to use a virtual machine. So you're going to want to download a Kali Linux, and this is a good place where you can download offensivesecurity.com has a great place where you can actually download a Kali Linux image that's already pre-installed, and you can run it in VirtualBox, or you can run it in VMware. So these are VMware images you can download. Here's the torrent. Check to make sure it's a valid one. Probably want the 64-bit. So download that and open that up in VMware. Otherwise, you can get VirtualBox or Hyper-V images. You can also get Kali Linux for ARM devices like a Raspberry Pi. So I have it in a VM. So I'm going to start up my VM and get logged in to Hack the Box, and I'll show you how to download your OpenVPN key so you can get access to it. No, not Windows 10. Let's take a look at Kali Linux, and let's unpause it. So here you can see I'm attempting to try to hack into another box. So we'll just minimize that one. And we'll go, excuse me, make sure my last pass is logged into. Okay, so within Kali, once you get Kali up and running, you're going to make sure my network connections here are legit. Bridged Wi-Fi. That's why my Wi-Fi is turned off. Okay, now we should be good. Okay, so you're going to want to log in from the Kali Linux virtual machine to Hack the Box, and you go down here to Access, and you're going to want to download your connection pack here. Okay, and that's going to save a MrCoffee, which is my Hack the Box name, OVPN. So you're going to save this file, and it's going to save probably into the downloads folder. So I'm going to open up another terminal prompt. Change directory to downloads. I'm doing some other stuff here. There we go. All right. LS, and we see the MrCoffee OVPN. Let me get rid of those. Oops. There we go. Let's do this download one more time. Make sure we got the right one. There we go. Okay, so now we have the MrCoffee OVPN file that we're interested in, and we're going to use it just like they said here. OpenVPN, MrCoffee. Well, it doesn't let me tab it out, so makes the connection. And you're going to want to keep this terminal window open. So what I do is I just open up another terminal window, a new tab, and let me get the font size larger. Somebody help me out where my font size is. A terminal initial size, columns, font. Here we go. Custom font. Let's make it bigger. There we go. Now we can see some more stuff. All right. So now that I'm on, let me take a look at what machines I can hack. So if I type ifconfig, you can see that Right down here is my VPN tunnel. So tunnel 1, and I have an address of 10.10.14.108. So now I'm part of the Hack the Box. Funny, I have an IPv6 address of dead beef, which is fun. All right, a little fun on IPv6 leet speak. So Hack the Box. Let's see what boxes are available. I said there were 133 of them. So we go to machines and go to all of them. We can see a list of all of the boxes and their IP addresses. So difficulty depends upon what type of difficulty or type of hacking we want. You can see that there's a Linux machine. Here's a Windows machine here at the bottom of the list. Okay, so how do you own a machine? There's 2 different ways you can own a machine. You can own a machine by getting guest access or just normal user, or you can own a machine by getting root access. So let's take a look at the challenges, and let's get one that is, see, these are different based on different topics like steganography, cryptography, reverse engineering, web type vulnerabilities, miscellaneous. Let's look at some miscellaneous ones. Oh, these are just miscellaneous challenges. I see. Okay. Well, let's go all, and let's just pick one of these that we had. So there's other points you can get from doing different challenges, or these are like you have to solve puzzles and different things. So let's go to this one. Jarvis looks interesting. So the IP address of Jarvis is 10.10.10.143. And I can see that we have to do some sort of enumeration, real life, and critical vulnerability exploits. So this graph kind of shows like where vulnerabilities are and where people have been able to take advantage of it. So you can see down here, different activity, number of people who've owned it. So there's a machine IP. First thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out what is at this machine. So I'm going to go back to the command line, and I'm going to use my good old nmap. Oops. Got to spell it right. And we can do a different scan on nmap, but here's some examples of how to use it. You can also look up different types of ways that you can scan using nmap. So let me kind of move this up a little bit. So I'm going to use nmap-v for verbose, -i, or let's go A, and then we're going to paste in the IP address in it. And again, I'm having problems spelling nmap. There we go. So this is one of the first things you do in reconnaissance is scan a machine. Now, while that's scanning and looking at open ports, what I have here is a text file for a swag shop. This is me trying to do a scan of one of the other computers, 10.10.10.140. So what I do is I keep a text file of all of the things that I've collected. It just allows me to create notes. So I'm going to create another note, and I'm going to save this as what was my machine name again? This was Jarvis. Yeah, so I'm going to name this Jarvis. Javis. I have a hard time typing today. Okay, so here's my scan. And it shows that I have some potential ports that are open. So I'm going to copy right here. Port service state. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, paste it in there. So now I know that I've done an SSH scan, so port 22 is open, SSH, and HTTP is open as well. And it's running Apache version 2.425. So this gives me information that I can now use and find some vulnerabilities that Apache might have and see what's going on. Okay, so first thing, SSH key. What I can do is try to SSH as a user at, and then the IP address, whoops. And my IP address. What was it? 10, 10, 10, 1, 43. And of course, just try to log in as some basic passwords. And none of these passwords are going to work. But I know that SSH is there, and that is one attack vector that I can use to try to hack into it, trying a bunch of different passwords. It also said that port 80 was open. This is HTTP. So let me take a look at my web browser and put that in, 10, 10, 10, 143. There we go, Stark Hotel, a luxury hotel. So there's different things like sign in. So this is different ways that I can try to hack this. So this web page probably has or is using some sort of content management system that probably has vulnerabilities to it. Right? Super secure hotel. Okay, so there's some hints there I can use. I can also right click and view page source. And then here I can look at some things that are going on. Start scrolling through some of this. I can see some files. So there's a lot of utilities that come on Kali to help you start trying to enumerate things about a website. Like try to look up every single directory that's possible. Sometimes if you go to an address, you can put in /admin for content management, right? So index.php is the home page. Rooms.php dining bar. I think on the other website that I was looking at, there was, if I look at my history, I ran a command. Trying to, search exploit is another good one. You can look up different exploits. Yeah, there's some different commands. I'll leave those up there for a second that you can reference. Okay, so here's a command. I had to look at my notes. Python 3. Hold on a minute. Okay, so in here, I think there's one under web application, and you can use this one right here. No, that's pulling information from the website. Is there a directory? Buster, there we go. All right, there it is. So I put in http://10.10.10.143, right? Okay, I'm gonna put that over here just because I keep forgetting it. And just without changing any of the other settings, hit start. Let's apply the directory. So :80/. I don't know if I can use that. So I think it is in a different folder. User, share, Buster. Let's use directory list, small, just for this example. And hit start. So what it's doing is it's checking all the different directories that could exist on this website. Give me an example of what's out there. And if you go over here, we can see what it's trying to do. It's trying to find, enumerate different types of files that and folders that could exist. So results, so far there's an index PHP, there's an images directory, icons, JavaScript, CSS directory. Sometimes if this isn't protected or these files don't have the right permissions on them, you can actually go directly to one of these files. Like the respond JavaScript file, you could go directly to it and access it. Or pop-ups or Google Map. Right, Bootstrap looks interesting. I don't know what that is. So this is just one example of some of the tools that come with Kali that you can use. I'm gonna pretty much end it here. We'll have other conferences and videos that we can post on how to go from here now and start actually looking at more information about different hosts that are out there that you can hack into. So, any questions? Yeah.
So you made a Southwest Tech?
Oh, yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, so there is a Hack the Box All you have to do is let me know what your name is. And since Rafe, you were in there under education, we have our university is listed. So you can see us listed, Southwest Tech, at the bottom right there. So all you have to do is send me your code and I can invite you. And we'll add you to our list of students for the college. Even those of you who are no longer at the college, you can still become a member because you were. You can become a member, help us hack and do different competitions. And there's a competition coming up in November. So just let me know what your username is and I will invite you to be part of the college. What's that? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me get to that point. Admin. Okay, what is it?
Krieger, K-R-I-E.
K-R-I-E.
There we go.
Okay, Ray, if you want to tell me yours before you leave, so I can invite you.
You just need my name.
Yep, just your name. W-R-A-I-X-H-P-O-T. That right there?
Yep.
There we go. Just let me know. You get an invitation, and then you can join the university.
Mine is G-D-I-G.
G-D-I-G.
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. I have a Hack the Box sticker for the first 10 students to have it. Do you have one, Dan?
Do I get a sticker now? No.
Yeah, you get a sticker. Come here. Get your sticker.
First sticker for my computer.
So I hand out stickers for the people who get in until I run out. Okay, so I have one more of these and then a bunch of those.
I'll take a nice slender one.
Good job. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody.